Picture this. You're applying for housing assistance, or maybe trying to get your utilities turned on, and they ask you to prove your eligibility. But you just don't know where to begin to get that proof. It's incredibly frustrating, right? Well, your SNAP benefit verification letter is literally the key that can instantly open doors to resources you might not even know you qualify for. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're demystifying the entire process of getting that crucial letter in North Carolina so you can take total control of your benefits.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the key to essential services, preparing your documentation, the digital route via ePass, the offline route at your local DSS, and finally, avoiding common system mistakes.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the key to essential services, unlocking further support. Because really, this verification letter is so much more than just a piece of paper.
Have you ever been in that exact situation we just talked about? You're applying for housing, or maybe trying to get one of those subsidized internet plans, and they hit you with, "We need proof of your benefits." If your mind went completely blank on where to start, I promise you are definitely not alone. SNAP, which by the way is administered as Food and Nutrition Services in North Carolina, is an absolute lifeline for families. But the administrative side? Yeah, it can be a maze. Being able to officially prove your participation is vital, because it instantly communicates your verified income status to other agencies. There is actually a lot of confusion about what counts as proof. A lot of folks try to hand over a general income letter from their employer, or maybe a social security statement. But actually, that doesn't usually cut it for these programs. Only a proper SNAP benefit letter, sometimes they call it a budget letter or a notice of decision, contains exactly what these agencies are looking for. They need your legal name, the specific program name, your active eligibility dates, and your actual allotment amount. So no, simply flashing your EBT card won't work. You need this exact official document to unlock things like utility subsidies or those Lifeline telecom benefits.
Moving right along to Section 2, preparing your documentation. Get your paperwork ready. Trust me on this one. Getting organized up front is going to save you some major headaches later.
Okay, before you even think about requesting your letter online or heading down to an office, you need to gather a few specific items. You'll need a government-issued ID, social security numbers for everyone living in your household, and proof of income, like pay stubs or tax forms. You're also going to want to grab your recent utility bills, your lease or mortgage agreement, and your recent bank statements. Grabbing all of this before you start makes the identity proofing and the whole caseworker review process go so much faster. Now, before we look at how to actually make the request, we need to clear up a vital distinction, the difference between ePass and NCFAST. Think of ePass as the self-service portal that you see. It's the website you log into from your couch. NCFAST, on the other hand, is the state's massive back-end database. That's the system the DSS caseworkers are looking at on their screens. Both of these systems are tracking the exact same case data. So when you log into ePass, you're essentially looking through a digital window right into your official NCFAST record.
So let's see how this builds into our first procedural pathway in Section 3, the digital route using ePass. If you've got reliable internet access, this self-service option is an absolute game changer. When you bring up the ePass website, you're going to want to look right up at the top right corner for that sign up button. Hitting that is your starting line. So how do we actually get from clicking sign up to downloading the letter? Well, it's a step-by-step process. First, you create a standard ePass account. Second, and honestly, this is where a lot of people tend to get stuck, you have to complete identity proofing. This is usually done through an external vendor like Experian, just to prove you are who you say you are. Once you pass that, step 3 is where the magic happens. Your account gets upgraded to an enhanced ePass account. You absolutely have to have this because it physically links your portal login to that backend NCFAST system we talked about. Once you're fully enhanced, you reach step 4, and you can instantly download your PDF verification letter straight out of your secure e-notices inbox. But hey, what if you can't get online? Or that digital identity proofing just isn't working for you? That brings us smoothly to Section 4, the offline route. Getting in-person help at your local DSS is a highly reliable alternative. You see, North Carolina has a decentralized, county-administered structure. That means every single one of its 100 counties operates its own DSS facility. An in-person visit is wonderfully straightforward. You just arrive during standard business hours, present your valid government-issued photo ID to the staff, and a caseworker pulls up your record directly on their NCFAST terminal. You can literally walk out the door with a freshly printed notice of decision hand-delivered to you right then and there. Now here is a crucial insider tip for those of you who want to use the offline route, but maybe can't physically make it down to the office. If you need a physical copy of your verification letter mailed to you, skip the Central State Hotline entirely.
Instead, call your specific county DSS office directly. Because the counties are the ones managing the case files locally, going straight to them is a vastly faster way to get your document put in the mail to your home.
Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 5, avoiding common system mistakes. Look, let's be honest, government technology isn't exactly perfect, but we've got the workarounds you need to troubleshoot your request.
We definitely need to address one specific, highly frustrating technical barrier. What happens when your ePass account somehow gets delinked from NC Fast? Maybe a system error happened, or your account just sat inactive for too long. You log in, and boom, your case details are completely gone.
If this happens to you, there's a specific resolution loop you have to initiate with a caseworker. First, you actually have to go and register an entirely new ePass account under a new NCID. Then, you contact your county DSS caseworker and explicitly ask them to manually delink your old disabled account. Finally, step 3, you have that same caseworker manually link NC Fast to your newly created ePass account. It's a bit of a hassle for sure, but knowing these exact steps means you know exactly what to ask for if you get stuck.
Also, keep this number in mind, 24. Whether you pull your verification letter from ePass yourself or get it printed at the DSS office, the automated systems only provide a maximum 24-month look-back of your benefit history. So, if a housing agency needs proof of benefits from, say, 3 years ago, a standard automated letter won't cover it. You're going to need specialized manual help from your caseworker for that.
Let's step back for a second and look at the big picture here. Why go through all this effort? Because your SNAP verification letter acts as what's called deemed eligibility. By proving you've already met the rigorous income standards for SNAP, you essentially automatically open the door to other vital programs for your family, like the WIC program for women, infants, and children, or those Lifeline telecom subsidies. That single letter is an immensely powerful tool.
Now, while we've distilled the current processes based on all the official documentation today, we know government requirements can and do evolve. You should always verify the latest details with your local county DSS office just to ensure you have the most up-to-date info for your specific case. Well, we've covered the what, the why, and the exact how-to for both the digital and offline pathways in North Carolina. So knowing the tools at your disposal, which route will you take today to unlock your essential benefits? Get your paperwork organized, choose your path, and take that next step with total confidence. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.